Hello everyone, I'm Ethan Toavs, and I'm making this video in celebration of this YouTube channel reaching 2,000 subscribers. It has taken me 13 years and over 550 videos to get to this point, so this is truly a monumental occasion for me. I am so incredibly grateful for all of the support from those of you who watch my videos. Some of you have been subscribed to my channel for over a decade now, and I can't even begin to express my gratitude for that kind of support. 2,000 people is truly a staggering number to even think about. Thank you all for listening to my music, and I am honored that it has a place in so many of your lives. A couple of weeks ago, I made a post inviting people to ask questions about me and my work as a composer. In this video, I will answer those questions. And I will also answer the questions asked of me several years ago when I also invited people to submit questions for a Q&A that I never ended up making. It Spavka asks, favorite pony? Why? Cantersoft asks, which pony is your favorite? Hannah Lamagna asks, do you have any favorite characters from MLP G3.5? Leaky Pipe asks, first, who is your favorite MLP Gen 3 character? And second, what is your favorite Gen 3 song from the show? And Stan the Second asks, who is your favorite pony from each generation? My favorite pony is Starcatcher, because she is best pony. My favorite G3.5 character is Tularula. My favorite G4 character is Twilight Sparkle, and my favorite G5 character is Zip Storm. I have not watched anything from G1, Tails, or G2, so I have no opinions about them. Castoda Triffle asks, opinion on the glass harmonica instrument? Also, do you like Thistle Whistle? The glass harmonica is neat, but I have never considered writing for it. I do like Thistle Whistle. Partly Pinky asks, do you have a favorite particular instrument you like the sound of the most? And what MLP character does that instrument most remind you of? Cameo Shadowness asks, what instruments do you associate with your favorite ponies? And Shield-Bearing Brony asks, what is your favorite song that you've made? What is your least favorite song that you've made? What is your favorite instrument? My favorite instrument is the piano, and I'm a trained pianist. I don't associate particular instruments with particular characters. Most of the fan music videos I do are not planned altogether, so there is not usually some kind of underlying fabric between them. And since I compose in such a wide range of styles on this channel, it is hard to assign any particular musical element to one specific character. This is a fascinating idea though, and is something that I will ponder further. As for my favorite piece, this is a hard question, because there are various reasons why a particular piece might be my favorite. My overall favorite is my recent piece, Butterfly Island Lovers, mainly because I am very proud of the overall production quality of it. Another favorite is my 2015 piece, Flight of the Breezes. This was my first original composition that was specifically created as My Little Pony fan music, and as far as I can tell, it is the first original G3-inspired fan music composition on YouTube. Another favorite would be my 2013 piece, Symphonic Occurrence, and that's because this was the first piece of music I ever composed. My least favorite piece is called Whatever, and it's from my unpublished 2021 EP, Interim. It is uncharacteristically bad, even for that stage in my development as a composer. Mr. Pablo Sec asks, do you have MLP plushies, and if yes, are they properly taken care of with a daily boop dosage? Yes, and yes. Roman Cesura asks, have you ever read Fallout Equestria? No, I have not. Sparkytopia asks, I suppose I've always wondered what drew you to music and how you got started doing what you love. I'd also like to hear about how you got into MLP. Professional Nerfer asks, how long have you been making music? What got you into the long-running fascination of the ponies? Quinn Hook asks, what got you interested in music and ponies? When did you join the pony fandom? Okay, so this is a long one. I first got interested in music in around 2008. I was 8 at the time, after my mom and I moved to a new townhouse. My mom's mother passed down her upright piano, which I quickly gained an interest in. I took piano lessons for around 5 years. I developed an interest in composition in 2013 and composed my first piece of music around then. My interest in My Little Pony started in 2014 and stemmed from a simple act of teenage rebellion. I saw something online talking about this group of people called bronies, who watch this TV show called My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. And so, to get a reaction out of my mom, I put on the first episode of Friendship is Magic so that she would see me watching it as she walked into the living room. She didn't care, and that lack of a reaction disappointed me. So I put MLP wallpaper on my phone, got a poster for my room, got a shirt, and even bought the Friendship is Magic Season 1 soundtrack album. My mom still didn't care. In fact, she even got me Season 1 of Friendship is Magic on DVD as a birthday present a month later. And at that point, I stopped the charade about trying to be edgy and just acknowledged that I actually liked My Little Pony. I stumbled across Mr. Enter's G3 movie reviews later that year. I obsessively watched those videos. I originally thought that I liked Mr. Enter's videos, but I eventually realized that I just liked G3 itself. G3 quickly became my primary interest of the MLP franchise. My mom even got me the G3 movies on DVD for my birthday next year. Around this time, I was inspired by Walt Ribero's orchestral arrangement of the Friendship is Magic theme song, so I did my own arrangement of the Friendship is Magic theme song, and that started off this YouTube channel. This also marked my slow entrance into the overall fandom, but I did not really start consistently engaging with anyone outside of my YouTube comments until around 2020. It was in late 2015 that I came across some uploads of the G3 songs and some of the G3 background music, and they quickly became my favorite music ever. It was the first time where I really wanted to know who the composer of this was. I found out that this guy named Mark Waters was the lead composer for the movies and did most of the songs as well. This is what solidified my desire to become a composer. There's a long story following this, but here is a summary. In 2019, during my undergraduate studies, I arranged That's What I Love About Christmas for choir and had it performed live. I reached out to Mark and got his permission to do that. It turns out that Mark directs the film scoring program at the Eastman School of Music, so 2 years later I did my master's degree there with him as my professor. Since then, we have become very close friends. Fortune Star asks, how long do you intend to make MLP fan music for? And also, when you make your music, do you usually plan a track in advance, or do they just come to you on the spot? I don't have a specific end date in mind. I suppose that all things eventually come to an end, but my plan right now is to keep doing fan music for as long as I enjoy it and have the time and energy to do it. This channel and the music I compose for it is my greatest joy in life, and I don't plan on letting go of that anytime soon. Furthermore, this fan music channel is my primary business focus. Since it gets far more traffic than my album music, I see it as my largest opportunity for career growth, and it is the main focus of my marketing efforts as a result. I do not often plan individual fan music pieces far in advance, but I do have an overarching project management system that my fan music and other projects all fit into. I have a professional certificate in corporate-style project management, and thus I have specific creative, technical, and organizational processes that I follow once I start a piece. It is an approach that I like to call structured spontaneity. I start a fan music piece whenever I feel like it, but then I insert it into my established project management structure and follow specific processes from there. Jonathan the BB87 asks, how do you decide which pony images you include in your videos and that have their own songs? Also, how do you match the songs to the ponies? I find suitable images by searching Derpy Boru and DeviantArt. I have a folder on my root directory that contains various fan art that I like and think I would want to pair music with at some point. When I want to compose a piece of fan music, I look through this folder and see if there is any artwork that I want to compose to at the moment. Most of the time, I select a piece of fan art before starting to compose. My master's degree training involved me studying how to compose for visual media, and I am generally very visually oriented when composing. I will often have the artwork open on my second monitor as I compose, and I will compare my music to the picture as I compose to ensure that it matches the visuals. I thoroughly document a lot of the music I listen to and categorize it according to various types of keywords, such as emotions. When I determine how an artwork and the characters make me feel, I search my catalog for musical works that make me feel similar emotions. I will assemble a small list of such musical works to use them as reference tracks that serve as inspiration for a given piece of music I am composing. Cantersoft asks, what is another musical style you'd like to experiment in someday? I would like to experiment more with the various genres of electronic dance music and more styles of popular music in general. Cameo Shadowness asks, since you've done music for G3, G4, and G5, have you ever thought of doing G2 or more of G1, specifically Tales since you've done one song of them? If you ever saw any of the comic songs, have you thought about making them into proper music? You ever thought about making any of your fan songs animated? What's the song that you had the most troubles with? The easiest song you've ever made? Any song strictly for the dragons in mind? I am open to the idea of composing G2 inspired music. I am unfamiliar with the comics. I have indeed thought about having some kind of animated component for my fan music, and my recent Catching a Wish pony music video is an exploration of that idea. Out of all of the videos I have done, my recent arrangements of the song Somewhere Super New was one of the most challenging. Working with the AI vocal synthesis tool Synthesizer V added a bunch of technical complexity to the project. I recall spending about 3 hours tediously editing the spelling of the lyrics and the MIDI transcription of the vocals before the AI finally generated an acceptable performance. My arrangement of the song Smile, Smile, Smile is an honorable mention for hardest as well. And that is mainly because the heavily syncopated rhythms of the vocals made it challenging to transcribe by ear. And yes, I transcribe every song I arrange by ear. The easiest video I have done recently is my piece Island Delight, which I composed and finished in about 90 minutes. I have not considered composing any music inspired by dragons in particular. And as our last question, Claire Awney asks, will you remake your really old MLP fan music? So this is something that I think about a lot. There have been times where I have done reimaginings of my older works. It is a question of priorities. Is it worth revisiting some really old project of mine, or would that time be better spent composing something new? And most of the time, I gain more skill development by composing something new as opposed to clinging onto old projects. So I am not likely to do any significant amount of remakes of my older videos.